Ever wonder what happens after the world ends? Not just the initial chaos, but the long, slow burn of rebuilding, uh, or the complete lack thereof. Uh, 28 years later, the Bone Temple picks up that thread, diving back into the world ravaged by the rage virus. But does it capture the same desperate energy as the original? Let's be honest, sequels are tough. They have to honor what came before while forging their own path. 28 years later, have moments of brilliance, but a rushed ending left a sour taste. Could the Bone Temple redeem the franchise, or would it stumble into the same pitfalls? The film begins with young Spike rescued by a bizarre group of tracksuit-clad fanatics led by the enigmatic Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal. Um, we see Spike thrust into a brutal world of cultish rituals and forced combat. It's a jarring, unsettling introduction. Um, you know, Meanwhile, we revisit Dr. Ian Kelson, haunted by the past and now finding solace in a strange companionship with Samson, an alpha male from the previous outbreak. He's retreated into a self-imposed exile, surrounded by a macabre memorial of bone and memory. The script juggles these two storylines, and unfortunately, neither feels fully developed. Spike's journey with the cult feels chaotic and directionless, while Kelson's arc, though intriguing, often feels detached from the main narrative. Nia DaCosta steps into the director's chair, facing the daunting task of weaving these disparate threads into a cohesive whole. She tries, but the tonal shifts are jarring, swinging wildly between grim seriousness and absurd comedy. There are questions left unanswered. What happened to the survivors on Lindisfarne? What about Spike's father desperately searching for his son? These loose ends detract from the overall experience. Infected, once a terrifying force, feel strangely sidelined. The tension of the original films is missing, replaced by predictable encounters. DaCosta struggles to replicate Danny Boyle's kinetic energy and frantic pacing. The Bone Temple attempts to explore themes of inhumanity and the corruption of faith. But these ideas feel underdeveloped and confined. The parallel storylines feel disconnected until a forced convergence that doesn't quite land. Ultimately, the film feels like a missed opportunity. The promising setup and talented cast are weighed down by a disjointed script and uneven pacing. It's a bleak, brutal ride, but one that lacks the emotional resonance of its predecessors. They say laughter is the best medicine, but after watching this film, I think I'd prefer a strong dose of adrenaline. Perhaps the infected should have been prescribing instead of rage. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.